and welcome. My name is Jasmine for those of you that don't know me. And for those that are returning, welcome back. I have been a little absent from this channel. I was traveling for a little bit and then I got really sick. If you can't tell, my voice isn't back quite yet, but I feel great. So this flow is going to be a little bit more in opening our shoulders. So not so much a flow, we're gonna just kind of work drills and kind of open up through the front body. I've been working in my own practice with opening up my heart a little bit more. So this class is going to reflect that. So if you have 2 blocks, go ahead and grab them and let's start in a child's pose. So bring your blocks right where you would place your hands. We have options today, lots of options. So in this child's pose, you can bring your knees to the outer edges of the mat and allow the toes to kiss or allow the thighs to come together. We're on the tops of the feet. And begin to walk your hands to the top of the mat and allow the forehead to gently rest down. Once you arrive, take a deep breath in. And a slow release, let it go. Draw a breath in. Release. Next breath in, make it the deepest one yet. Slow release. Emptying completely out. And as you're in your child's pose, see if you can sink the hips closer to the heels. Feeling this opening through the back and through the shoulders with the blocks here. If this is too much, you can always remove the blocks. You'll stay here and maybe teepee out the fingers, coming onto the fingertips, and then press the shoulders down and away from your head, your ears. Finding this opening through the fronts of the shoulders and the arms. Take a deep breath in. Slowly lower the palms back onto the blocks or the mat. Release. Press into the hands, lift the head up slightly. We'll walk the blocks in. We're gonna bring our elbows onto the block. So bring them in as close as you can, allowing space for your head, your forehead to relax. Draw the head down and then reach the fingers to the nape of the neck. The hands, the palms are together. And feel this stretch through the triceps, to the backs of the arms. Take a breath in. And exhale, let it go. Again, we have options here. If this feels like this is too much, I recommend walking the elbows out slightly. You may feel a little bit more of an opening, a little less intense stretch. If you need a little bit more, bring the elbows close to the head. And you may find a deeper stretch here. Breath in, find the expansion through the spine by drawing the tailbone down towards the back of the mat. Forehead gently resting on the mat. Take a breath in. Slow release, let it go. Begin to unbend the elbows. We're gonna walk our hands in. Bring the blocks with you. They're gonna come to opposite sides of the hips. We're in a hero's pose. From this space, begin to settle into your seat and maybe closing the eyes here. We'll place each hand on the block beside us, outside of our hips, and bring the hands down. Allow the fingers to spread wide, so we're kind of gripping the block here. If your hands are big enough. If you have small hands like me, it may be a little hard. And from here, begin to press into the hands and begin to find this lift through the spine. So think crown of the head shining up towards the sky. And we're just pressing into the hands. We find this lift slightly throughout the upper body. And then we'll exhale, release. We're gonna do that again. So really press into the hands, straighten out the arms. Find yourself lifting off of the legs, the shins, the heels. Take a breath in and then slow release. Let it go. Open up the eyes, lift the arms up, look up. We're gonna find Kali Mudra. So cross at the thumbs, allow the pointer fingers to stay exactly where they're at, and we interlace the rest of the fingers. Inhale, really reach up. Allow the arms to come alongside the ears, really lifting the shoulders up. Find that length through the spine. And then exhale, begin to soften the shoulders down, bring the gaze back towards center, keeping the arms exactly where they're at. Next inhale, reach long. Exhale, we're gonna find the side body bend towards the right side. Keep the left hip planted towards the left heel, and then maybe the gaze lifts up towards that left elbow. Take a breath in, create space. And then breath out. Maybe you find yourself getting a little bit deeper. We'll inhale, come back to center, gaze up. We'll exhale, stay right here. Soften the shoulders down, back into the sockets. Inhale, really reach up, create that space. And then exhale, find the side bend over to the left. Keeping that right hip connected towards the heel. And then allow the gaze to go past the right elbow. Take a breath in. Slow release. Inhale. And exhale, get a little deeper. We'll inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, look up. Exhale, release the hands down alongside the hips onto the blocks. This time, we're gonna press into the right hand. Maybe find a slight bend in the right elbow. We'll inhale, reach the left arm up towards the sky, look up. And then exhale, find that bend in the right elbow, gaze past the left elbow, looking up. Take a breath in, and then breath out. Find the depth. So we're really pressing this left hip glute down towards the heel of the foot, towards the mat, finding that extension, that opening through the left side body. Take a breath in, and breath out. Next breath in, the right hand reaches up towards the sky. And then exhale, left hand plants on the block. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, find the side bend over to the left. Right glute is really grounded into the heel of the foot. Take a breath in, create space through the right side body, feeling the stretch from the fingertips all the way to the hip. And then exhale, bend into that left elbow a little bit more, finding a deeper stretch. Roll the right shoulder back, gaze up towards the sky. Inhale, left arm reaches up, look up. And then exhale, we're gonna draw our hands to heart center, closing the eyes. Here you can set an intention for your practice today. Mine is to find opening in my heart, opening in my mind, and finding some more opening in my life. Accepting the things that are to come, allowing the things to flow, and being ready for when everything that I'm asking for comes to me. Next breath in, we reach the arms up towards the sky. On the exhale, we're bringing the hands to the top of the mat. We're coming into a tabletop position. Keeping the blocks underneath the hands this time. We're gonna find some elevated cat-cows here. And so from this space, making sure we find our little adjustments here. So bring the shoulders over the wrists, maybe slightly past it if that feels comfortable to you. The hips are in line with the knees, and we're gonna keep the toes tucked here. On the next breath in, drop the belly, lift the gaze, find your cow. Exhale, we draw the chin in towards the chest, rounding through the upper back, spread the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, look up, press the chest through the gate of the arms. Open it up through the heart, through the throat. And then exhale, we round. Draw tailbone in. Draw the navel into spine. One more inhale. We find our cow. Drop the belly towards the mat, chin up towards the sky. Exhale, ground down through the fingers, through the hands. Draw the chin in and round through the upper back. We're lifting our heart up towards the sky. Exhale, find a neutral spine. From here, we're gonna bring our hands to the top of the mat. It's puppy pose. Keeping the blocks here. If this is too much, again, we can always release the block. You can bring your forehead down onto the mat, or maybe you have the opening and you bring the chin down. From this space, really ground down through the hands. Think about lifting the tailbone up towards the sky. Take a breath in. Breath out. Inhale, find the length. Exhale, find the release. Finding yourself getting deeper into the pose. Maybe the chest is on the mat. Maybe it's not. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, we walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. We're going to move the blocks off to the side for just a moment. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. And then slow exhale, bend the elbows back, bring them along the side body. We're finding this modified chaturanga. Slowly release all the way down onto the mat, belly down. Using the blocks or not, we're going to come into this open wing pose. So I suggest bringing one block like this and one block here. What we're gonna do is cactus out the arms. Allow the palms to rest on the block and the elbow to rest on the block here. So creating this shape here. And from this space, begin to roll onto your left hip, left temple on the mat. With this cactus arm, you may find it's a little bit more limited, but we are creating a little bit of space. So you may not go as deep as you would normally would in this shape. You can keep the right foot on top of the left foot or bring it back. Right hand can be in front of the face, holding you up. Or if you have the availability, you can find a half bind, bringing that right hand behind the small of the back. Making sure you're breathing into this space. Take an inhale. Allow the ribs to expand. And then slow exhale, releasing any tension you may be holding in your glutes, in the jaw. One more breath here. On your exhale, unwind the bind, bringing the right hand in front of the face, and we roll back onto our belly. Just going directly to the other side, bringing the blocks over to the right side. Creating that shape for your hand and for your elbow, forearm to rest. From here, maybe you scoot over to the left side of your mat, forehead down, belly down. Take a breath in. On the exhale, press into the left hand, roll over the right hip, right temple, right cheek, maybe on the mat. Allowing yourself to go where your body calls. Take a breath in and slow breath out. And from this space, you want to make sure the shoulder and elbow are in line and the elbow and wrist are in line. If you found the bind on the other side, we'll inhale, left arm comes back, palm facing out. Finding this opening through the right shoulder, take a breath in. And exhale, releasing any tension in that right outer hip. Notice if you can let go a little bit more in the shoulder. Where can you soften? One more breath here, inhale. On the exhale, unwind the bind. Left hand comes in front of the face and we roll back onto our belly. Walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Push yourself up. Bring the hips back onto the heels. It's a child's pose. Forehead to mat. Rock the head side to side. All right, inhale, press into the hands. We're rolling into our tabletop. All right, Now we're gonna open our hearts, but we're gonna come onto our back. We're gonna use the blocks here. So we have options. We can bring this block to the lowest setting here. You can use 1 or 2 blocks depending on how open you want. If you have 2 blocks, just allow them to stack on top of each other. We want the block to be right where our lower ribs are. Wearing a crop top or a bra, you'll bring it right where it ends. So from here, extend the feet out to the tops of the mat and then allow the heels of the feet to come out. Scoot yourself towards the middle of the mat and we'll slowly lower ourselves down. Maybe adjusting the blocks here. Allow the head to reach back. Maybe the crown of the head touches, maybe it doesn't. This can be a lot for some people. This can bring up a lot of emotions. You may notice that the breath is a little bit more shallow. Just take a deep breath in, as deep as you can, and then slowly let it go. Breath in, slow breath out. Next breath in, notice the rib cage expand. And then exhale, notice yourself deepening, softening into this posture a little bit more. You can keep the hands along the side body. If you want to open up through the shoulders, inhale, sweep the arms back, and then grab for opposite elbows here. Allow yourself to soften through the shoulders. The arms are heavy. All right, we're gonna find a different grip. So notice if the left hand's on top, right hand's on top. We're just gonna switch. Allow the breath to move through you, to keep the mind calm, to keep you here in this moment. All right, release the arms back down along the side body, palms facing up. If you'd like, we'll bring the soles of the feet together, finding Supta Baddha Konasana. Knees splay out to the outer edges of the mat and allow the hips to sink in. Take a breath in. Slow release, let it go. A few more breaths here. Allowing the breath to guide. A few more breaths here. Deep exhale. Notice yourself sinking a little bit deeper into the block, into the mat. Opening up through the collarbones, through the heart. From this space, allow the soles of the feet to come onto the mat and allow the knees to come up towards the sky. Bring the hands along the side body and then slowly we lift the head off the mat, drawing the chin in towards the chest. Use the forearms to guide you back up, pressing into the hands. Taking it slow. Walk the heels of the feet into the mat, wrap the arms along the shins and draw the chin in towards the chest. Finding this counter pose. And take an inhale through the nose. Out the mouth, let it go. Inhale, roll up into a seated position. Release the hands down alongside the body and we're extending the feet to the top of the mat. With this forward fold, if you don't have a lot of space in the back of the legs and the hamstrings, there's always options to bring the blocks underneath the knees. You'll create this little space underneath the knees. This will allow you to find the belly-thigh connection a little bit more if straight legs are not there for you. So we'll inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, leading with your heart hinging at the hips, we slowly release ourselves down towards the legs. Allow the hands to come down and then draw the chin in towards the chest. Breath in. breath out. And breath in. Slow release, let it go. And this next breath in, lift the heart, lift the head, come onto the fingertips. Allow the chest to go towards the toes, and then exhale, slow release, let it go. Maybe you find yourself getting a little bit deeper with each breath. Noticing the body melting towards the legs, the thighs. Allowing the shoulder blades to spread apart. The arms are heavy, the head's heavy. Release any tension you're holding in the neck. Allow the jaw to soften. The gaze to be soft. And the forehead to relax. And we'll inhale, walk the hands back towards the hips. Or remove the blocks from underneath the knees. And then from here, draw the soles of the feet together. We're in our Baddha Konasana. I like to bring a block underneath my feet. Feel a little bit more intense the closer that you have the heels to the feet. So maybe you walk the feet out. Take an inhale, grow long through the spine. And then exhale, we fold over the legs any amount. Maybe the hands come onto the feet. If you have the feet elevated like I do, you can bring the hands underneath the legs and allow the hands to grab onto the blocks. Release. Chin comes into chest. Allow the shoulders to get heavy. The belly soft. Inhale, really fill up the belly, the ribs, the chest. And then exhale, we soften into that space we just created. Next inhale, lift halfway, find the length through the spine, look forward. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Allow the chest to go towards the top of the mat, and then exhale, we fold one last time. Everything is soft. The tongue is resting gently in the mouth. The cheeks are soft. You're not holding any tension in the neck. Shoulders are heavy. The knees are melting down towards the mat. Stay for one more full round. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale, we walk ourselves back up to a seat. Remove the blocks if you have them. You're going to find Shavasana. I love to use props. So for this Shavasana, I'm going to bring my blocks underneath my thighs. I have a couple more blocks here that I'm going to use for my hands. If you don't have blocks, you can always use books or pillows. I like to keep the blocks underneath my thighs, close to my glutes here. This releases any tension in my lower back. I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together, allow the knees to knock out. You can always keep a straight leg Shavasana, heels of the feet to the outer edges of the mat, and allow the pinky toes to roll out either side of the mat. And from here, I'm going to bring the block into my left hand and allow it to rest alongside my body. This block's coming into my right hand. Walk the shoulders down and away from your ears and allow the shoulders to soften down towards the mat. Using these blocks in your hands, maybe you find a little bit more grounding in this savasana. The blocks underneath the thighs, you find less tension in the lower back. Allow yourself to melt into the mat. finding the support of the blocks, giving yourself this time to be still. Arrive here, land here. Allow the breath to anchor you in, keeping you here in the present moment. I'd like for you to draw the attention in between the brows, your third eye. Allow the gaze with the eyes closed to go towards that spot. Focusing your energy and your attention right there. And then allow the eyes to soften. Notice the back body press into the mat with each inhale. Ball of the belly with exhale. Releasing any tension you may be holding in the outer hips. Allowing the legs to get heavier. The backs of the knees to melt down. The feet are heavy, the toes are soft. A few more moments here. Maybe you notice the sounds around you. I can hear the chirpings of the bird, my dogs barking, the washer going. Maybe you find complete silence, zoning everything out and being here right now. And from this space, begin to reawaken the body. If you have blocks on the hands, just gently move them to the side. Removing any blocks or props from underneath the thighs if you have them there. And we're going to find ourselves rolling onto our right side, coming into the fetal position. Allowing the hands to create a pillow underneath the head, drawing the knees as close into the body as you can. Finding this moment to reflect. And slowly use that left hand to press you up into an easy seat. Keeping the eyes soft or low, we find the middle of our mat. Finding your seat, allow the tailbone to root down, heavy through the legs. Next inhale, we reach the arms up towards the sky. Allow the gaze to come up towards the fingers, opening up through the heart, through the throat. Exhale, draw the hands into heart center, allowing the thumbs to press into the sternum, bowing the forehead down towards the fingertips. Take a breath here. Slow release, let it go. We'll place one hand on our heart, one hand on our belly. Allow the elbows to soften. Allow the shoulders to roll forward and the chin tucks in maybe a little more. Noticing the rise and fall of the belly and the chest with each inhale and exhale. And giving thanks to yourself for showing up, for moving, for practicing. I'll draw the chin parallel to the mat. Release the hands gently into the thighs, the lap. And take a breath here. Release. Next inhale, reach the arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, draw them through to heart center. I want to thank you for allowing me to guide you through this practice. It's always an honor and a privilege to share this space with you. From my heart to yours, Aloka Samasa Sukhinu Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. Om Shanti. I hope you enjoyed this practice as much as I enjoyed teaching. If you liked it, please leave a comment, like or share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much.